Listen, if you're ambitious but exhausted and you often find yourself feeling like you have to choose between momentum and rest, then this is for you. It's not about doing less, but it's about building systems that actually work for your nervous system instead of against it. Some of my biggest breakthroughs actually came from times where I felt the most rested. Let that sink in. What if your next big breakthrough wasn't from more effort, but just a better system? When I'm sleeping 8 hours, I'm drinking the water I need, I'm having nutritious food that actually fuels my body, things flow really well, rather than having all-nighters, eating terrible food, and spending weeks catching up to get back to my baseline. So today, I want to talk about how to build microsystems that work for you, even though you might not be in that space in that moment. Let's talk about it. So what is a microsystem? A microsystem is a small, low-effort habit that compounds over time. It's like compound interest for all my finance friends. And usually, a microsystem, for it to work, it takes less than 15 minutes. It has one action with multiple benefits, and it doesn't require motivation. A really good example of a microsystem that's super simple but is really effective is literally drinking 1 liter of water every day when you wake up. So the way we would set that up is the night before, when you go to bed, you fill your 1 liter bottle of water and you keep it right on your nightstand. That way, when you wake up in the morning, it's right there. There's very low resistance because it's already there. And water actually has so many actions that actually help multiple areas of your life. It stabilizes your energy. It lubricates your organs. So one action, multiple benefits, and it takes less than 15 minutes. So right away, you have one easy, simple microsystem to implement. One of the biggest reasons I think this is important is because we were conditioned to believe that you constantly have to be on. You always have to be pushing. If you are not pushing, you're falling behind. And I see this a lot in high performance areas. I used to be a competitive runner, like a track athlete, but I also saw it in healthcare, and I also see it in corporate with my corporate clients. It's this notion of, if I don't keep pushing, I'm going to fall behind. And the problem with that is your nervous system can only go so long at a certain speed, a certain velocity, without dysregulating. So if you don't have the right systems in place to help regulate yourself when you're going at this velocity, you are asking for burnout. And luckily, we're in this beautiful stage in life where we're stepping away from the grinding and the hustling and the pushing, where we were taught that we are engines, and we're moving into being the architects of our lives. We're allowing ourselves to build structure and beauty and amalgamate the two together and build something really beautiful. We are the architects of our lives. So because we are the architects of our own lives, it's only fitting that we build systems that work even when we don't. So basically, we want to create small, actionable systems that allow us to find it so easy to do that there's no resistance. It's not about doing more things, but it's just about making it easier, having less resistance, and showing up consistently so we have a smooth motion. So today I really want to also talk about 3 or 4 microsystems that I personally use and that are easily actionable and anybody can start implementing right away. Things that are small but will make a big difference in your life. And as we talk about these microsystems, I'm talking more about the health ones today because they're the easiest to relate to. But in my programs, we go through my Harmony framework, which covers everything from health to rest to your friendship groups. It covers openness, pleasure. We pick a microsystem space that you need most in your life. But let's jump in with the health stuff first. My core microsystems that I use on a regular basis, number one, I already told you, it is the water. So I have my 2-liter bottle, and I typically at least fill it up to 1 liter before I go to bed, put it at the bedstand, and when I wake up, it's just super easy. It's right there. It nourishes my body, and I don't really have to think about it. System number 2 would be my phone. And this is like a huge one for me. Putting my phone away before I go to bed has changed how my mornings unfold. So I typically am someone who likes to take my mornings pretty slow, but as soon as I see my phone, I do get tempted to use it. So I like to either put my phone on my other nightstand, which is a little further from where I sleep, or in the other room. And by doing this, it's like literally one tiny action. But then when I wake up and I don't have my phone next to me, it cues me right away to go into the practices that I enjoy doing most. So number one, it takes less than 15 minutes. It is one action and it helps me stay grounded, sets my morning on the right tone. Another microsystem that I also use is physical touch and movement and stretching. So I kind of lump everything into one. But what I have found very helpful is taking time to actually just do a little bit of like a myofascial massage, either on my face or roll on one of those like tennis balls or lacrosse balls. So it allows me to be present in my body, allows physical touch, and it grounds me before I go to bed, and it tells my nervous system I'm safe, I'm taking time to listen to you, and I'm present. So that is a huge one. It can honestly, you could do it for as little as like 2 or 3 minutes, or you could do a full 15 minutes or 20 minutes, whatever you please, but it really doesn't take long, but it has so many benefits. It allows you to connect with yourself. So when I start stressing, I notice I hold a lot of tension in my jaw, a lot of tension in my hips. So cueing myself to check in with myself before I go to bed and do these either myofascial releases or give myself a little bit of a massage, I can track where I'm holding tension in my body, and it gives me the opportunity to be with myself for a little bit of time before I go to bed, calms my nervous system, all the good stuff. Okay, the last one is really simple. I'm honest, I don't do it all the time, but it's one I do like to implement when I remember. It's for the lights. So typically, I had a roommate who was really big on this. She wanted to change all the light bulbs to like a yellowy hue of light because it's a lot easier on the eyes and the body. And I really took that from her because I started to realize if I'm sitting in a completely bright lit place and then want to go right to bed all right away, the transition can be kind of harsh. So I've learned to slowly dim the lights, either turn down some of the lights, put a candle on, or just do something to tell my body like, hey, we're going to get ready to go to bed soon. One small action, and it helps completely regulate your system to prepare you for sleep. So those are the ones I've been using on the regular around my health, and I think it's the easiest ones to relate to at this point. And if you want to hear microsystems for different parts of your life, please leave me a comment because I can definitely go into that too. I'm going to briefly touch on implementation, though I will have a separate video about that. But in terms of implementation, I want you to start thinking about what area of your life do you need more ease and flow in? And how would having more ease and flow and automated patterns actually help you? How would it benefit you? And then I want you to take a moment to think about all the spaces that you naturally have that ease and flow in, and all the spaces that you do not have that ease and flow in. We basically want to take the area that needs the most support and the areas where you have the most ease and flow and find systems that work where we can add these two together. So, like I said, we're going to go further into that next time, but I want you to start thinking about where you might need these microsystems and why they might be important to you at this part in your life. So, to close things off, I just want to bring you back to where we started in the beginning. What if your next breakthrough was on the other side of a regulated week? What if success actually felt calm and peaceful? What if you were able to implement microsystems that feed you, fulfill you, and add to your success? I'll leave those thoughts with you. And if you're interested, look at the links in the bio because I have my course coming up, my cohort live course where we build these microsystems together. Or you can follow me on Instagram or Substack where I share a lot of my trial and error stuff that I'm working on and case studies from my clients. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I can't wait to connect. Bye for now.